But we start with a developing story. We are digging into the new report from the NTSB on the Dallas apartment explosion. The Clyde was leveled, killing 3 people inside on May 28th. Kevin Reese has been learning new details. He joins us now from the newsroom. Kevin?
Yeah, 2 key takeaways from the initial NTSB report. First, the timeline is slightly different than what we were first told last month, and questions whether the drill site believed to be the cause was properly marked, if it was marked at all. 3 people were killed in the explosion and fire back on May 28th. Marisol Perez and her son Eric Jr., along with Dallas activist Sylvia Collins. The NTSB released this image today showing the location of the gas line, the gas leak, the drilling rig suspected in this, and the remnants of the Oak Cliff apartment building. We know that a third-party contractor for engineering and consulting services Southwest was drilling soil samples for a future construction project that day. The NTSB says that at 12:49 p.m., Dallas Fire Rescue responded to a reported natural gas leak. At 12:51 p.m., DFR notified Atmos of a cut line. The NTSB says the explosion happened at 1:15. That's a full 24 minutes with firefighters on scene before the explosion. And a footnote to the NTSB report about the multiple locations drilled in and around that apartment complex that week. Although the locations of some of the assets had been marked by painting and flagging, the location of this gas line had not been identified and marked. Again, this is a preliminary report. The investigation does continue. And we just heard from residents in an apartment next to that blast who say they still haven't had gas service returned since that blast more than a month ago. The investigation continues, and we'll continue to follow it as well. Izzy?
Kevin Reese in our Dallas newsroom. Thanks, Kevin. And now let's take a live look at Denton and the University of North Texas. We are tracking the forecast heading into the big holiday weekend. Hey, Chief, go Mean Green.
I mean, I can forecast her say go Mean Green more accurately than I can give you your 4th of July forecast. So she graduated from there. Jesse, who would have guessed that? Well, she graduated from there. 94 degrees outside right now. You know, I tell you what, for the 1st of July, and this is the average first 100-degree day, I mean, it's really not bad at all, relatively speaking. 94 right now at DBU. It feels like 96. We have a south wind at 16 miles an hour. Other than a few cumulus clouds out there, that's it, and that's all I have in my forecast tonight. Mostly clear. Unfortunately, another really, really warm night tonight, much warmer than normal. The normal low tonight is 74. By tomorrow morning, we'll bottom out at 79 degrees. So a warm start to the day tomorrow, and believe it or not, a hot 4th of July weekend in my forecast, and a little bit of rain too. I'll have the 14-day outlook coming up.
Well, this weekend marks one long, hard year since devastating flooding hit central Texas. Lives lost, homes destroyed, and sense of security shattered for the survivors. There's been a lot of talk about reform to prevent such a high death toll ever again. But what have we learned about how that flood happened? The Hill Country, which we love for its peace and beauty, sits in the heart of one of the United States' most dangerous flash flood environments. Tonight on WFAA News at 10, senior meteorologist Jesse Hawila looks at the science behind the Hill Country flood and how the landscape itself made a catastrophic wall of water even worse. Tonight at 7, we have our Hill Country flooding special on streaming. It'll have stories of survival and resilience. That's at 7 on our free app. And now let's get a check on traffic. Some people are heading home while others are already heading out for the 4th of July. Here's Stacia Wilson.
Yeah, Izine, if you are heading out right now and traveling through I-35E, basically all the way to Louisville into Denton County, right around Corinth, you have a major backup there as a result of an accident. So let me clarify, the collision is just south of Corinth, right there along I-35E northbound at Hunley Drive. I can go ahead and show you this on the map. So it is that bright stretch of red. Again, the accident there in Denton County, the backup extends all the way through the Louisville area, almost all the way to Sam Rayburn Tollway, and so traffic's slow moving there. One more to let you know about real quick, D&T northbound at Forest Lane. An accident there has traffic slow moving. Izzy?
All right, thank you, Stacia. Tonight, a candlelight vigil will honor the life of fallen Maybank Fire Chief Charlie Woodard. He was directing traffic after the Maybank rodeo when he was hit and killed. Maybank's mayor tells us the community will honor his life at 8:30 tonight at City Hall. We will show you the tributes on the news at 10. Neighbors across North Texas have been beating the drum in their fight against data centers. This as the state becomes one of the centers of the booming AI industry. As Brittany Costello reports, they may have found a powerful politician on their side.
Concerns are growing.
We do not believe that data centers are good for Fort Worth.
In Fort Worth and North Richland Hills.
I feel like I met with a used car salesperson.
Many share the sentiment seen from the sky in Red Oak.
I don't want them in my neighborhood.
Same goes for Levon.
Definitely we want them to understand, listen, and truly see where their community is coming from.
Folks in Henderson County worry data centers will soon consume precious state resources.
It's going to affect their reproduction. It's going to affect, their water.
On the campaign trail Tuesday,
pushing back,
Governor Greg Abbott addressed the surge of developers looking for land to build technology warehouses.
We must prohibit them from building AI data centers in rural Texas neighborhoods.
While that may sound like a victory for folks rooting against them, Fort Worth City Councilman Michael Crane has another take.
What I've heard from him is let's put some smart regulations in place that really address the problem and the issue.
Crane says 5 new data centers are in various stages of construction. Those will add to 4 facilities he says have been around for years.
In Fort Worth, the city is working on new regulations specific to data centers. Everything from its water use to its strain on the electrical grid, even its noise impact to neighbors.
The city is moving through a rulemaking process.
People still aren't happy with that.
I think, honestly, Brittany, I go back to this myth and misinformation.
He looks forward to what he believes the governor hinted at. Data centers could be a top priority for state lawmakers.
Any AI data center even thinking about coming here, they got to bring their own money, bring their own power, reuse their own water, and do it in a way that reduces the cost of electricity for residents across our state.
In Fort Worth, I'm Brittany Costello.
And as Brittany's piece mentioned, energy use is a big concern around data centers. Just how much energy is used? According to data from Cushman & Wakefield, a real estate and property firm, data centers in North Texas could use up to 1,840 megawatts of live capacity. That's more than 5 times what it was compared to 2015. And to put that into perspective, that is enough energy to power 460,000 homes.